Vincula, our friends from industry, government, and academe. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Good morning. Magandang agham. Let me tell you a story. 22 years ago, when computers were still 186, 286, for some of you older people, you remember this. Then came this very nice computer called Sun Microsystems. At that time, when you buy a hard disk drive for Sun Microsystem, the cost was something like 20,000 by today's standard. But if you buy a regular Seagate, the cost was about 2,000 pesos. So being engineers, we were curious. We opened up the Sun system, and we saw inside, it was also Seagate. But the difference is, there was a latch that goes with the hard drive to put it into the Sun Microsystem computer. The cost difference was times 10, and we were very poor at that time. So, one of my colleagues was very innovative. He went to Quiapo, to the dental supplies, and he bought what is used for making denture cast. And we basically took out those clips, copied it, and then put it on the Seagate and put it in the Sun computer. And we bought 20 of those Seagate, and we put them all, and we put all the molds, and we were able to get them to work. That was crude 3D printing at the time, but the cost difference was a factor of 10. The point is that we've come a long way. Today, all you have to do is scan, and then print, and then you have those things. So today, we are ushering a wide array of new technologies that could revolutionize the way we live in this modern world. We are all worried about the fourth industrial revolution, or 4IR. It will cause a major shift towards automation, roboticizing, digitizing, digitalizing. Those are two different things, by the way. And it will change the way we manufacture and make things. A crucial part of this is smart manufacturing. It utilizes additive manufacturing technologies that are capable of mass production and customization. So, did some of you go to our exhibit? So I also went there and I asked, how long does it take to print this? And I was told, oh, the whole day. So at this point in time, it might be faster to just use ordinary technologies than 3D printing. For example, you can do a CNC for the metal work, or you can do other ways of creating the shape. But then, why do we want 3D printing? You know, they say, generations are changing. Kunyari kami, generation. Wag na lang ninyong alam niya. But during our time, we could not imagine this kind of technology. But now we have the millennials. And millennials, they like personalized stuff. They don't want to buy the same shoes as somebody else can wear. So this is the generation that would want to personalize everything. And with 3D printing, you can do that. But more than that, you can also use 3D printing in the future for mass production. So I asked the guys in the exhibit, how long will it take before your machine can be as fast as the current machines? Meaning to say, as fast as the CNCs or as fast as a person doing the machining. And they told me 5 years from now. So why are we starting AMCen today? Because 5 years from now, we will be gone if we don't have this technology at our fingertips. This is the reason why we have people from the academe, which patatayuin ko yung mga galing sa academe. Tayo naman kayo. From academic institutions, please stand up. Palakpakan natin sila. are the people who are already studying and teaching additive manufacturing in their universities and in their high school. Sino yung high school dito? Tayo kayo, special sila talaga. Patayin natin. Palakpakan niya. High school pa lang sila pero malayo nang nararating nila. Let me tell you another story about how they approach what they call Fab Labs. You've heard of Fab Labs. Fab Labs, they have 3D scanners and 3D printers. So I went to this university. Sabi ko, oh, kamusta na kayo? Nandiyan na ba yung Fab Lab ninyo? Yes, ma'am, nandito na. So I went to their Fab Lab. Naka-plastic yung mga makina nila. Sabi ko, ba't naka-plastic pa? Ma'am, inaaral pa namin yung mga manual. We have to make sure na wala kaming masira na gamit. Sabi ko, okay. Then I went to this high school. They were also given similar equipment. And this is from the Department of Trade and Industry. This high school, they were trying to invite me to go there and inaugurate their Fab Lab. And I said, I've seen another Fab Lab already. Why do I need to go? Oh, ma'am, but you have to come. And this is going to be next week. Sabi ko, when are the equipment arriving? They're arriving today. So they had an entire week that they will have the machines. And I said, okay, I'm going to attend. And lo and behold, in this high school, 2 tables of that length, full of 3D printed things. And I asked, who made this? The students. Did you read the manual? No, ma'am, we just made them. And this is how nice it is to put high school students having all of these nice toys to work with because they are so creative, they're not afraid of breaking the equipment. So I hope that because you are here with us today, you will think like a child and not be afraid of what is possible. And with advanced or additive manufacturing, so many things are possible. So you ask the Department of Science and Technology, how much did you spend for AMCen? We sunk $10 million in AMCen. That's a lot of money. But then we believe that this is the kind of technology that we need to do now so that 5 years from now, the Philippines will be way ahead of everybody else. Our imagination is that how good we are at BPOs will be how good we are at additive manufacturing. In BPOs, we are #1 in several categories. And we hope that with additive manufacturing, we will also be ahead of everyone else. And without industry and without the other government agencies, this would not be possible. So may I ask those from the government agencies to please stand up. Government agencies, yes, palakpakan natin sila. Thank you very much. What will government do for us? Government will provide the ecosystem needed so that everybody who's interested in additive manufacturing and who want to join the innovation ecosystem will actually be part of the AMCen ecosystem. Now, government agencies also make sure that the policies are okay for you so that you can thrive. In the 4th Industrial Revolution, there is a need for government agencies to have what we call sandbox regulation. You know, when children play in a sandbox, they just play and then they build and then they destroy and build and destroy. So government agencies, we have to make sure that our regulations are encouraging for our innovators. Because sometimes the technology is not something that you can regulate using old regulatory regime. You have to change. So please be kind to our innovators so that they will be able to innovate. Third, who are the industry players? May I ask you to stand from industry? Please stand. Palakpakan natin sila. Thank you very much. Among our industry players are those who make machines, those who rent their service, and those who will use the machines. The reason why we ask them here is because they are going to be the ones who have to be agile. They have to adjust to the new regime of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, where you actually use these new technologies, automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth. If our industry will not accept what is coming from the academe, then we have nothing to talk about today. But because you are here today, we assume that you are willing to be part of the AMCen ecosystem. I would be remiss if I do not recognize the two project leaders of this program. So let me ask ITDI, Ms. Dr. Blessy Basilia, please stand up. From MIRDC, we have Fred Lisa, please stand up. And I call him the father or the grandfather of it all. I have to recognize our chief consultant, Dr. Gilberto Advincula. Alam niyo po, balik scientist si Dr. Advincula. Pinagtyagaan niya po kami. Magmula dun sa conceptualization, pati bidding, lahat pinakialaman niya. Because he wanted to make sure we are going to succeed. Palakpakan ulit natin sa kanya. So today, you will see and hear about MatDev. This is the Multiple Materials Platform for Additive Manufacturing from ITDI. And you will also see the Rapid at MATEC, which is the Rapid and Advanced Prototyping and for Product Innovation and Development using Additive Manufacturing Technologies from MIRDC. Aside from the informative lectures highlighting different applications of 3D printing, we also aim to create partnerships and collaborations among the different stakeholders of AMCen. This event will also be packed with exhibits and demos of different 3D printing materials and technologies. Through consultations and workshops, we aim to discuss the exciting opportunities that the new Center for Additive Manufacturing will offer to the academe, the industry, the government, and civil society. We're also launching our website, social media platform, and the AMCen ecosystem to help address your 3D printing needs. Ang imagination namin in the future, you just send an email with your design and then papadala na lang namin sa inyo by courier yung final product. I would like to personally congratulate in advance the organizers, the DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute and the Metals Industry Research and Development Center for making this event a success. To all the participants, may the next 2 days be filled with fruitful discussions and may the presentations ignite a spark of interest and innovation in all of you, so you will continue to do research in this exciting field of additive manufacturing. Good morning once again, and I now formally welcome you to the Philippine Additive Manufacturing Day.